Hey, good morning, friends. Good day, wherever you are, what time it may be on your end. Good day, good morning. It's Michelle from Rising Sun Oracle, back with another edition of Tea and Tarot with Rising Sun Oracle. I'm very excited to share my next guest with you. Some of you may be familiar with her work already, as I've used her decks quite often on the show. Today we have Mary of Channeling the Venus 222. Mary, welcome.
Hi, welcome. How are you? How are you,
I am
everybody?
Hi, I'm fantastic. Thank you for joining us today. Off camera, Mary and I were just discussing, we're both feeling very stuffy this morning. It seems
Yeah,
like we're processing some heavy energy here for the
yeah.
collective. And it was funny how we just came on and we both sound the same way. Mary, I'd like you to introduce yourself to the audience. Please explain where they can find you, what you do, what services you offer, and whatever else that you'd like to share with everyone.
Okay, so everyone, my name is Mary. So my username on Instagram is channelingthevenus222. And I started doing readings since I would say officially like a year ago, right? I first started playing with the decks and stuff like that. And I didn't take it like as seriously as I thought I would be, but it has become like part of my soul purpose, like doing this and helping everybody on their soul journey, that we all go through the ups and downs, the triggerings and all of that stuff. So, so I do readings on my website. You can find me on www.channelingthevenus222.com. Here, all my listens are there. Also, the decks that I have created. I think I have like 5 decks I have created so far, and I love each and one of them. But of course, you always have like your baby, your favorite one. I have it right here with me.
Awesome. Can you share with people the names of the decks that you've created?
Sure. So the first deck that I created is called, actually the beginning name was Twin Flame Messages. It was for messages between both twins. But then as I evolved on the journey, I decided to change the name. It's the same, the messages are the same. I just changed the name of the deck. So it's called now Divine Lovers Messages. So that was my first baby creation. Then after that, I think it came, I don't remember. After that, I think it came Journey of the Soul Oracle, which is again about the twin flame journey and all the stuff that we go through, all the lessons and everything. After that, I think I did an oracle deck that is all about like songs that I channel for myself, for clients, also on the journey. Like I'm really a lot with music, so I guess that's part of my clairsentient gifts. I tap a lot with music, so everything to me is music. I cannot live without music.
When you say that, I think of, there's actually a few people that I think of in particular who are very connected by music who do reading as well. And 2 people that come to mind, Sister Montero and the Lover's Oracle. So I think this is a thing between us where we're using that sentient energy and pulling that in for people. Continue, please.
So the third one, no, that was the third one. So the fourth one is called Divine Masculine Whispers of the Heart. So this deck is are messages from the Divine Masculine's energy perception, what they're going through, everything that they do not say to the feminines, how they're feeling, everything they would like to say to her. And my last one, well, not my last one because I'm in the process of creating another one. Once you start doing one, it's like, So Spirit doesn't let me get a rest. It's funny because every time I said, this is my last deck, then it's like, bang, then I get another idea and then I start creating the deck, So the 5th one so far is my favorite one. It's my baby out of all of them. And I have it right here. It's called 50 Shades of Love. So it has, so you guys don't know, the previous deck, all they have 78 oracle cards, except for the Divine Masculine Whisper of the Heart messages. That one has 90 cards, 90 messages. And this one also has 90 cards in here. So this deck is my favorite because this is inspired on one of my favorite movies of all the time. If you can see the name, you already know. We should
Yep.
shade some gray, you know. So I thought about, doing something, like particularly more me, like more my style. So I just decided to do the deck inspired on the movie, but related to, again, the twin flame journey.
So it's fair enough to say you focus your speech or your services feature primarily the twin flame journey, correct?
Exactly. Yes, correct.
Awesome. Can you share with us maybe what the catalyst was for the start of your journey?
Of course, 2 years ago, I met this person. And after that, I just started. I always have like an interest in like readings and stuff like that. Like maybe you guys don't know me, but my ethnicity, my background, I'm from Cuba. So, but there's a lot of familiarity with tarot cards and all the stuff. So I was really familiar with them. I just never thought that I would be like doing readings. And so, but yeah, so after I met this person, something started like stirring up inside of me, and I all of a sudden started creating these interest, curiosity about tarot cards and oracle cards. And actually, I think like maybe into 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, maybe of the connection with him, I was struggling. I was like, one day I was on Pinterest, I think it was, and I just saw a twin flame name, and I was like, hey, what is that? Like, so I just started like, so I clicked the link and I just started reading everything. I was like, oh wow, so it makes sense to what I'm feeling. But it wasn't too later that day, that in the journey that I started like figuring out thoughts, and I really had my awakening per se like after a year. Like we have met each other for like 2 years. We're not together currently, physically. So it's been like a year of my actually being aware, I could say, of the journey of everything and all my dramas and tantrums that I did the first year.
Dark night of the soul now, have you?
Yeah, oh my God. I was like, I just look back at those days. I'm like, oh my God, such a shame.
So, well, I mean, you're not alone in that. Those of us who are on the journey have experienced that, and we know what it's like. So you're not alone in there. I'm wondering if you can share with us, now that you've had the experience of creating decks, and can you just share with us, what was it like the first deck? Now you've moved into deck number 5 and the journey is still ongoing. What was it like the first time you created your first deck?
It was so amazing. It was like, I just decided, I was like, I never thought myself creating decks. So it was more of like, I was like, well, you know what? I think I'm meant to do this. So I just started like channeling messages. I decided to sit one day, and when this is what I always tell my class, like when you put the intention on something, you start getting the idea. Spirit start giving you the tools for you to create that, for you to manifest that. So that's how it happened. So the way I do my decks, I have first the idea, right? So it passed like a couple months and days, and I have the idea in my head, but I'm not really sure. But just one day I decided, So I always carry a notebook with me or the phone, because I get like ideas like out of nowhere in the most awkward moments. So I need to have something to write it on.
When Spirit speaks,
yeah,
and it uses you as a channel, you have to be ready to receive those messages. Yeah.
Yes. So I remember I just grabbed a notebook and I just started writing like all the messages, like, and then I started like looking for, so the other person was like getting the images. And once I put all the messages in there and I saw the cards and I actually got the cards, I was like, oh my God. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, I got a deck. Like, So looking back at the deck, I was like, oh my God, like the messages are so beautiful. Sometimes and you would agree with me, sometimes we channel things when we channel the messages, even for creating the decks or for other people. We're like, wait, did that come from me? Did I really channel that? Because I don't remember.
I have that same feeling, you know, when again, it's like we're a funnel and we're used to channel out those messages for people. It sounds like you do a process called automatic writing where it just comes and it filters on out, your spirit guides step in, and it's like your present being is removed.
Yeah,
Yeah, beautiful.
it is.
I wonder if you can share with us your gift today, featuring your deck there, your little steamy little deck
My
there.
little
And
steamy honey. That
yeah, share a little message with the audience so they can see firsthand how you work, please.
okay. So I usually like to tap into the energy of the car. So I have my little bottle of smudge space sage in here. So I
This is
usually
from
like
our
this is
Clear Your
from.
Space. This is from Kristen over at All Things Intuitive,
Yeah,
correct?
it is. Yes, that is. I love her. I love all like her, like sage things, and I always bought her from her because I really love it.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So okay. So let's see. So the process is I like to sit in a quiet space, and so I really focus on the days. I call spirits. I clear the decks, and I just ask like what messages do they have for us today for both counterparts. I usually sometimes depending of the energy or what they want to share, I would do either sometimes I would do just masculine energy, sometimes I would do just feminine, or sometimes I would just do like general collective for everybody out there. Like the messages is they're gonna speak to whoever is meant to get the message at a time. So okay, so we got 2 days in here. This is interesting because we have possessive lover, Mr. Christian Grey in here. And then we also have date night. So for me, this person like we're dealing with, like both counterparts, sometimes like, because, like sometimes we think that the feminine energy is just like really like soft and she flows, but sometimes she can be really possessive of her lover too. She can be really possessive of the connection sometimes also, like, no, he cannot date anybody else. It's just me. And sometimes we can like that. But like for me, that this time, for me, this calls masculine energy because the masculine are the more of possessive ones. So this is like a really person trying to like mark a territory, So I see them like sometimes they can be a little bit intimidating or jealous, or controlative because they're like, well, I don't want you with anybody else. If you're not mine, you're not anybody else, right? So at the same time, that provokes them to even offer this to the feminists, like a date night, because maybe she would like call them down on their shit, and they'd be like, okay, you know what? I had enough of this. So either you're gonna propose me, or either you're gonna do something or not, because I cannot like you're trying to control the situation. You don't want me to date anybody else, but at the same time, you're really backwards, like you don't do anything to approach me. So I think like he's planning on this day night because I definitely feel he wants to have heart-to-heart conversations with the feminine. There's a lot of stuff unsaid between both of them that really needs to be bring out to the light. They need to talk it over, and they need to come to an agreement or how they're going to work on the connection from this moment forward, right? So let me get one more card and see what else Spirit has to say. Okay, so interesting. I got 3 cards in here. Oh my God. So we have heartbreaking here. So it makes sense with this possessive lover, because he's just watching you from afar. And maybe the feminines are really doing their own thing, She's really on her journey. She's really focused on growing her pentacles, on having fun, living her best life. And then the masculine is over here, all possessive and all greedy, wanting her for himself, So it kind of breaks his heart a little bit, because he's like, well, maybe she forgot about me. She doesn't want me, because I think like us feminists have like need to really put ourselves on the masculine shoes sometimes, because we always are in our feelings and we get because he ignores me and he did this and he did that. But like, what about we put on their shoes and we feel what they're feeling, because most of the masculines, and I see in all of my channel messages, on the special that I do, on the one-on-one guiding coaching, they're also are afraid. They're really afraid to be vulnerable because they're afraid to get hurt, and they're afraid to really open their heart to love. Some of them have been hurt, and it's kind of like, it takes a while for, to open your heart fully again, Also, sometimes I feel like they don't think they have what it takes to bring forward this offer, this day night, to the feminines. Like they think like they need to have certain amount of money or status or something to really sorry, to be really valuable and important to her, right? So then we have apologies in here. So someone is receiving an apologies for, I think he's like apologizing to her because of this, like, for the way he's been acting up lately towards her, So that's why the day 9. So the apologies is gonna come, and I just see like this little like envelope with a little heart in here. It's gonna be like some kind of like invitation to this day 9, like kind of fancy here, Mr. Fancy. And then we have Mr. Stalker in here. So it makes sense with the possessive lover card, they are stalking your social media. They, it's like they create fake profiles, or it may be, they may even not be doing physically themselves, but maybe they're spying on you with a co-worker if they work together, or with a relative or close friends, anybody they can get a hold of you. Everybody who knows about you, they are like having them spying on you. So that, I think that's a lot. I think that goes for both counterparts, because I think we also spy on the masculine.
Wonderful. These were wonderful messages. I thank you so much, Mary,
You're welcome.
for joining us today and gifting us your wonderful vibration and wonderful messages. It's such a pleasure to see you here today. I thank you for joining us. My friends, this has been Mary of Channeling the Venus 222. We'll see you again next week. Thanks for joining us, and take care. Again, see you next week. Bye, friends.
Bye.
Bye, Mary.
Bye.